I want to talk to you guys today a little bit about Wikileaks because it's something that many of my subscribers and viewers have asked me what my opinion is on the organization. And rather than just throwing out my opinion right away, I'd rather just kind of discuss a few facts that I've observed about Wikileaks. The first fact is, basically, I see them all over the media. And we all know that the media is completely biased, it's completely warped, it's owned mostly by Rupert Murdoch. The news that we get is completely controlled, it's full of propaganda and full of loaded messages. And when you see an organization like Wikileaks causing a massive love-hate relationship in the people's minds, the first thing that I like to think about is the media is trying to create a lot of confusion and controversy behind a certain topic, which is leaking more or less classified government information out into the open. Second thing I've observed about Wikileaks is that the information they're getting is coming from really questionable, shadowy sources. They're saying that some news articles say some private leaked a lot of information, and other news articles say some sergeant. But despite what they're saying, these enlisted ranks are basically that they're leaking this information to Wikileaks. Basically, I don't believe that they have access to this much information. I know computers well enough. And I would not believe that the military would allow people like privates and sergeants to have access to certain things that diplomats are saying in other countries, what presidents are saying amongst themselves and to their cabinets, and just this massive amount of information. You go, well, it's just leaked off the cables. Well, that's a bunch of horse manure. I don't believe things that Hillary Clinton are saying as a Secretary of State and commenting back to some of her colleagues is going to be information that a sergeant or a private is going to have in the military. So I really question their sources. It's always shadowy. It's always from some place that they're not really defining very well. And they go, well, we got somebody in custody. Well, let's see his face. Let's see who this guy is. They can throw any picture they want on you. It's the media. How are we supposed to believe them? Next thing about Wikileaks is this guy. Some people pronounce his name Assange. Some people pronounce it Assange. I've heard it both ways. Here's this guy, and he's an eccentric hacker. That's kind of the way they're trying to relay this guy. He's presented to us as mysterious. He's shadowy. They can't find him. He has Interpol warrants for his arrest, and basically he's this like ghost going around. And maybe he watched my video on being a ghost, but he's this ghost going around who they can't find anywhere to arrest him. And even if they did, he still presents this image of this. Of this great whistleblower, this worldwide whistleblower who they can't find. And basically this guy, Assange, I feel looks a lot like Ringo, what was his name? Ringo something in the Lone Gunman. And this Ringo guy in the Lone Gunman had a long blonde hair, was an eccentric hacker. And there's an episode of The Lone Gunman down here in my information box where they were flying the planes in the World Trade Center before September 11th happened. You got to watch it if you haven't seen it. But basically, he reminds me a lot of that, and I think, well, gee, could have this Ringo guy been a seed planted in our minds to accept these people with these mysterious hacker capabilities, these ghosts, these rebels type people as being great hackers? And he looks a lot like him. And then he cut his hair, and he looks like the other guy in the Lone Gunman. But anyway, I just thought that was a weird and interesting parallel. I thought they look a whole lot alike. But anyway, so I think about that, and I also think, just recently, just last night, they shut down this guy's domain name, and this registrar did. And basically, I don't buy into this, because I would think that a company like Wikileaks, this company that would be hated by many government institutions, would have many backup hosts, and they could also stop hosting it at the person that they registered their domain name through. And basically that would create, even though they could ping flood the registrar, which is true, people would get in a lot of trouble for doing that. Instead, they're ping flooding the domain, and the guy was hosting it, the domain. And you'd think, wouldn't they have many different hosts, many backup hosts? That's why you have the primary, secondary, tetranary. You can have on some registrars, I've seen up to 12 different backup hosting. They call them the DNSs, the different hosts that it can go to. So if one host was getting ping flooded down and losing all of his clients, and they shut one down, why weren't there many others? It just seems kind of weird that he would buy a domain name and host it at the same exact place. I find it weird. That's not what I would expect out of somebody who has great computer skills and is some kind of eccentric hacker to do. I don't buy it. So anyway, it's leading me to believe that this Wikileaks thing is trying to complete some type of agenda. And I see a huge agenda right now in our Congress, and they're writing and drafting laws trying to, it's basically a whistleblower law. And what they're trying to do is have the people of this country, whenever you have leaked information from any government institution, you have to report it to this overseeing government agency that they want to create first, before you can leak it to any type of media. Otherwise, you can be held criminally liable. And I find that to be quite scary. And what would the police say during an interrogation? Something like, it's convenient that this Wikileaks guy is out here, this mysterious, shadowy, Bin Laden-y Assange guy, this eccentric hacker who's dodging Interpol right now. Whether he gets caught later or not is irrelevant. He's dodging Interpol, and he's hidden and no one knows where he's at, and he's Skyping into Time Warner News and talking to him because it's all encrypted, and he's so shadowy and secret. Here's this guy they can't find. It's just shocking me. I believe it's a CIA front. I believe that WikiLeaks is a CIA front. I think it's black ops, and they're trying to push this whistleblower law through so people cannot rat out their government. So you'll be held criminally liable if you do so. And this guy is sitting here basically causing this huge commotion. The media is reporting it. They're eating it up. You can watch the Yahoo comments are just going crazy. People are dumping comments all over this organization. People are real interested, and it's like a love-hate confusion. And that's exactly where they want you to be. They want you to be confused and kind of mesmerized. It's like a love-hate thing because it wants to leave people not knowing what to do, where they could see a point basically in a whistleblower law and not hit the streets and protest because you're so confused on the subject altogether. And basically, I'm just, that's my opinion on it. I'd love to hear feedback from all of you, what you think WikiLeaks is. Is it honorable? Is it a CIA front? Is it some type of radical organization? Are they treasonous? Are they legitimate? What do you think they are? Because my opinion is CIA. I think it's written all over this organization. So anyway, I look forward to your feedback, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you.